once the company has analyzed the environment, look at everything that is available, we need to look at, okay, how do we take advantage of the environments that we have looked at? And that is where we go to strategic choice. Under strategic choice, our goal generally is for the company to gain sustainable competitive advantage. Stay with me carefully. Everything we are doing here is to help the company to gain sustainable competitive advantage. Now, when we say a company has sustainable competitive advantage, what does that mean? It means, one, our company is a preferred brand. It means if anybody is looking for a company doing what we do, they will come to us, meaning we have competitive advantage. So, for instance, in Ghana, you are looking for mobile money. Yeah, there is Airtel, Tigo Cash, whatever the heck. There is Telecel Cash. But who is the grandpapa? MTN Momo, preferred brand. Then, it could also mean we have significant market share, meaning we have a lot of people using our product. So how do we get a lot of people using our product? Competitive advantage. It also means that we become the benchmark in the market. What does that mean? It means that our competitors look to us and look at the things we do and follow suit. And then fourth, it means we have loyal customers. So really, the goal of every company is to gain sustainable competitive advantage. Become a preferred brand, have a significant market share, become benchmark for the competitors, and most importantly, have loyal customers. So that no matter what we launch, they're going to buy. So a company like Apple has a sustainable competitive advantage. There are people, if Apple launch whatever the heck product Apple launches, they will buy. Right? Loyal customers. But the big question we ask ourselves is, how do we get there? How do we achieve sustainable competitive advantage? So there are various ways to become a significant market leader. There are various ways to get loyal customers. There are various ways to become the benchmark in the industry. And the first way is through expanding and growing. So if the entity is seeking to expand and grow so that we can increase our customer base, we can increase our market share and make more money as a company, then we can go with the Ansoff growth matrix. Okay? The Ansoff growth matrix. That is the model we're going to use here. Now, the Ansoff growth matrix provides 4 alternative strategies which an entity can use depending on its risk tolerance level, funding requirements, as well as other factors to determine which of the 4 may be appropriate for the entity to enable it to expand and grow. So under the Ansoff growth matrix, we're going to be talking about market penetration strategies, which means what we do in our current market to increase our sales. Market development strategies, meaning taking our product into new markets. Note that market development means we are taking our product to new markets, which means we are selling our product only in Accra. So if we want to increase our market share, what do? We can start selling the product in Kumasi. We can start selling the product in Takrady. That is a market development strategy. Or we're selling our product only in Ghana. We want to increase our market share. We want to expand and grow. Okay, let's go to Cote d'Ivoire. Let's go to Togo. Let's go to the United States of America. That is still market development. But also, market development can be both geographical, which is the example I gave earlier, and also demographical. What does that mean? It means that maybe we sell our product only to, students in the tertiary institutions, Okay. How about now selling our products to employees in offices, businesses? That is also market development. So we are demographically targeting a new group of people other than our core market base. That is market development strategy. Then we come to product development. This means you are bringing a new product into the market to sell to your existing customers. To sell to your existing customers. That is product development strategy. So for instance, we provide tuition, right? But we also have a consultancy arm where people who are doing entrepreneurship. So we've had some of our students who are in entrepreneurship where we reach out to them or they reach out and we provide consultancy services for them to enable them expand their businesses or build on their career. That is product development. Like you are doing something, bringing something new other than what you are core knowing about, and you are selling it to the same customer base that you have. And certainly we come to diversification. This is where you are bringing something new and taking it into a new market. So if the entity is seeking to expand and grow, unsolved growth metrics, these are the 4 alternative strategies. As I mentioned, the suitability of each of these alternatives, among other things, would depend on the risk appetite of the entity and the management, funding requirements for the strategy in question, availability of techniques or technical or expertise for the strategy, among other factors. There are some of them will require government approval, especially when you are bringing new product into the market, product development and diversification. But that is the first module we need to know about on gaining sustainable competitive advantage, expanding in the marketplace. Then it is also important that if we want to expand and grow, we know our product life cycle. And so product life cycle is going to be very crucial for us because the strategy that we implement for us to gain sustainable competitive advantage will be dependent on the stage of the product life cycle that the product is. If we just introduce the product into the market, our strategy has to be different from when the product is dominating in the market. So strategies for product life cycle is going to be crucial there. Then when an entity is selling more than one product or producing more than one product, it is not all of the product that will be doing well. Like these days, you go to pharmacy shop, they are selling drugs, then they are selling other things, including pomade, they are selling perfume, they are selling baby foods in the pharmacy shop. Okay, so the pharmacist owner or the business owners can sit down and say, oh, we are selling drugs, a lot of drugs. We are selling perfumes. We are selling toothpaste. We are selling, body cream, body lotion, and all those things. We are selling slippers. I don't know. Right now, the pharmacy shop, they have turned into supermarkets. They sell slippers, shoe, and kambu, and those things. So if we are selling these things, which of them is really making us money? And which of the product is just taking space and losing money? Under such an environment, to help the company to decide which of the products, which of the services it should continue, and which of them it should shut down or stop selling, we go to the Boston Consulting Growth Matrix. That is the BCG matrix. And this is where the products are going to be categorized into cash cow, into problem child, into dog, and then into star. Based on 2 factors, the market share we have and then the market growth generally. And so we're going to do the classification based on our market share and then the general market growth of that particular of the products respectively. But that is the first model. However, there is another model we can use for that same thing, and that is called the GE and McKinsey matrix. It's the business screen. the GE and McKinsey matrix. The same thing. But this time around, we are going to be using, the perspective in the market as well as other, the competencies of the entity. It's the same thing we are doing, but a different model. Then another one is the policy directional matrix. This is done by the Shell company, Shell Chemical. So it is the company that developed this model for still determining which of the multiple products we are selling that we should stop, which one should we continue selling, which one should we gradually withdraw from the market. So where an entity is selling multiple products or rendering multiple services, then we have to be thinking about BCG. We have to be thinking about General Electric and McKinsey matrix, and we have to be thinking about the Shell directional policy matrix. Because the examiner may come for us and ask, which of the products should they continue to sell and which of the products should they stop selling? So that is the first aspect. Expansion and growth, strategies for products. Again, you are seeing the models. I am doing this for two reasons. One, give you an overview of the course in a succinct manner. And then two, to help you to prepare a steady plan so you can study. Then we come to strategies that will help us to stand out in the marketplace. And this is where the Porter's generic strategies comes in. Now, again, Michael Porter, you're going to be hearing that name a lot. And then Johnson, Scholes, and Whittington, or Johnson, Scholes, and Whittington, JSW, these two names, you're going to be hearing them a lot. According to Michael Porter, if an entity really wants to stand out in the marketplace, it has to choose two of alternative strategies and adopt one of the two of the alternative strategies. Cost leadership, be the lowest producer or price seller in the market, or differentiation, be the best of the best in the market and charge the highest price. So if you go to the automobile industry, companies like Rolls-Royce, Ferrari, Lamborghini, Bentley, they are differentiation. It is car. It will drive you from Accra to Kumasi, but it is a premium car. Cost leadership are those other cars you see on the road. Toyota. You see the idea? Nissan. Hyundai. Those are cost leadership strategy. Miensa 2000. Because Toyota, Nissan, Kia, all those cars, the company is using cost leadership strategy. It is Miensa 2000. All right. The same thing happened to smartphones industry. Apple uses the differentiation strategy. The best of the best, you pay premium. Okay? But the other phones like Infinix, Tecno, Itel, they are cost leadership strategy. Yes, you can make a phone call with it, but it's different. That's the thing. And that's where poverty will let some people say that, we will all reach there. It is fun. We will all make calls. It is nothing. You take a picture and you look like caricature. But you say it's a phone. Then we bring another phone in, maybe an iPhone, high-end iPhone, or Samsung, high-end Samsung, and realize that, it is not just phone, premium differentiated phone. So Michael Porter said, you can be the lowest person in the marketplace, the bare minimum, price sensitive, or be la creme de la creme. Then he said, okay, you can also focus on a niche in the market, concentrate on a niche in the market. And in that market, you can decide to be the cost leader or a differentiation. So to stand out in the market, Porter's generic strategies will be crucial for us. And these are the three things we need to understand.